chemistry class. I hope you are all doing good and ready to listen the class. As you all know, we are dealing with the chapter called, which chapter we are learning? Water. In the last class, you have learned about what is water, how it is formed, what is the chemical formula, what is the composition and its proportions, and some applications. What are the applications we have learned? For drinking we use, for cleaning we use water, and in agriculture we are using water, and in some industries water is used. So you have learned about many applications of water, and also you know water is an element or a compound. Water is a compound. It has hydrogen and oxygen in the composition 2:1. And in today's class you can learn about sources of water. What is sources? I have already said in the last class. What is sources? Sources means, for example, you get fruits. Fruits are from trees. So from where we get fruits? Trees. So the trees are the source of fruits. Like that. For water, what is the source? Can you create water? Can you destroy water? No, right? We can use water for purposes, but we cannot create water or we cannot kill water. So that is our today's heading, that is sources of water. We have many sources. You can learn about important 3 sources in today's class. The first one is rainwater. How we are getting rain? Anybody knows how we are getting rain? Actually, evaporation, that is liquid changes to gas. The water body is present in the earth, that is sea, pond, lake. From this water gets evaporated and it mixes with the air and dust particle present in the atmosphere, and it is formed like a cloud. When this cloud is, it will accept a particular amount of droplets. When this weight exceeds a particular amount, it will come down as a rain. The clouds will come down as a rain. In this rain is the, when we consider all the water sources, rain is pure, we can say pure water, because it has only some gases like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. These gases are not at all harmful for us and they are considered as purified form of water. Then about surface water. The surface water includes lake, sea, pond, river. So it is present in the surface of the earth. They are called surface water. When you consider the surface water, 71%, when you consider this is the surface water, in this 71% of the surface water is sea, and among this sorry 71, when you consider this as earth, 71% of the earth is covered with water. Then when you consider the surface water, 97% of the surface water is covered by sea. The first one is, when you consider earth, we have 71% water and remaining land. When you consider this water, among that water, 97% is ocean and remaining will come under rivers, lakes, ponds, etc. And this sea water is having many dissolved salt in that So it is not the purified form of water. Removal of this salts from seawater is called desalination. Removal of salts from seawater is nothing but called desalination. And among these fresh waters, seawater is not pure water. Among the fresh water, 2% of the fresh water is found in glaciers and ice caps. That leaves only about 1% of the water available in ponds, lakes and underground for our use. See, this is the surface water. 97% is sea water, and among this 2% is fresh water, that is glacier, and only 1% is pond, lake, river, etc. So when you consider earth, 71% of the earth is covered by water, and when you consider the surface water, 97% of the surface water is sea water, and remaining 2%, that is fresh water, it is covered by glaciers, and only remaining this 1% is the water we use, that is underground water, river, pond, lakes, etc. This is the percentage of surface water. Next one is ground water. Have you ever heard this word, groundwater? From the name itself we can say groundwater means we get from ground, underground. You have earth like this and you have water under earth, that is soil is there. Below the soil another layer will be there, that is water table. From this water table you can get water, that is called groundwater. When you consider this groundwater, it also has some salts, but it can be purified. Even in the water table itself it can be purified, and you can get this groundwater as fresh. See, this is a diagram which shows groundwater. This is soil, water table, the water is there, we pump to get the water above the soil level. This is the groundwater. Then next one is, here you have distribution of surface water, that is how many percentage water is covered by which source. You can go through this chart also. Then the next one is water cycle. What is water cycle? Have you heard this word, water cycle? Consider water. Water can exist in all the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. Say one example for solid state of water, ice. Then liquid, it is water. Then gaseous state, we can say vapors or clouds. So water can exist in all the three states of matter, and this can be changed from one state to other state also. For example, changing from solid to liquid is called melting. When you consider an ice piece, it is changing into water. It is nothing but called melting of that particular ice piece. Then, liquid to gas is called, what is the process? Evaporation. Then, gas to liquid is called, it's nothing but called condensation. Then, liquid to solid is called freezing. This already you have learned. Just the last unit, that is matter, you have learned that interconversion of states of matter. There you have learned clearly about the definition of melting, freezing, evaporation, boiling, etc. Now you know these three states of water can be changed from one state to other state. This property is nothing but called water cycle. When you see this practical application, you consider a sea. It is evaporating due to the presence of sun. The sun gives heat to this water and the water from the sea evaporates. So, liquid is changing to gas. What is happening here? Evaporation. Then, you have a plant here. This plant has water content in its leaves. By a process called transpiration, this water content will also mix with the air. Now, the air is having some water content in form of vapors. But when it is combining with the dust particles in the atmosphere, it will form as a cloud. This process is called condensation. Then, when this cloud is again changing into rain, we get the water. So, in water cycle what happens? Here water is there in the surface of the earth. Again it is going as a cloud and again it is reaching the surface. It is nothing but called surface water cycle. Initially water was there. It is undergoing some processes, condensation, evaporation, and again it is reaching the surface of the earth as water. So there is a cycle. Again it will evaporate, again it will condense, again it will come down as rain. Then this water in the sea or in the surface again it will evaporate. So it is happening in a cyclic manner and it is called water cycle. Now you think, can you create water? Can you create water? No. Can you destroy water? No, right? You have to make use of the water in a better way and you have to save the water in underground also. If you are saving in underground, it is helpful for us. Underground water we are having in many forms. Pump we can use, then well we are using, bore wells we are using, all that are from ground water sources. So we have to handle the water sources with care. I hope it is enough for today's class. For water cycle you have a picture here. River, it is evaporating and it is forming as a cloud. Again it is coming down as a rain. You can go through this book. What is here means, what from plant it is evaporating, from river it is evaporating, then it is forming as a cloud. When these clouds become heavy, when these clouds cannot carry more water, in that stage it will come down as a rain to our water sources. I hope You are all clear about today's class. In today's class, what are the things we have learnt? We have started with sources of water. What are the three sources of water? Rainwater, surface water and groundwater. Then we have learnt about water cycle. Read your book. Go through all the headings. In the next class, we'll learn about the last topic. We have two more topics to go with this unit. That is water supply and purification unit. And the last one is solute, solvent and solution. About this we can see in the next class. Go through your book, read your book, and already we have attended this weekly test. 2 weekly tests you have attended from the third chapter, that is matter. So this time we will be having the weekly test portion as from water. That is this unit till today's portion. Learn well, prepare and write your weekly test. All the very best for your weekly test. I hope you are all clear about today's class. We can meet in the next class. Thank you.